G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and welcome back to the Diamond Society. What are you doing, Cortez? What are you doing? You said you wouldn't even do a video on this server, and then you just did a video and you're doing another one. Well, I have a very good explanation. You see, I know I'm going to be busy. I'm setting up the Patreon server pretty soon. Get out of the way, cow. Pretty soon. I won't be able to spend much time here. So I want to get my character all set up and ready to go. So if we do have an event on the server and everyone says, let's go join together and do something, I will be ready. I won't be stuck as the guy with no flight. But you can see by my wings, I am on my way. And this is my first flight on the server. And that is going to be my last flight for a little while because I haven't got anything on this elytra. I haven't got any mending or unbreaking, but I am starting to get that sorted. Ignore this space. That's going to be moved. This is what I've been working on the last few days. We've put in a proper villager trading hall. So I moved these three guys over from that dodgy little trading hall I had in the village. But everyone else I've bred up here. I brought a couple of these guys over just to be my breeding monkeys. And yeah, we're getting started. Once again, like I said last episode, I'm not going to try and get every trade, but I wanted a lot of spaces so I can get masons in for trading to get all the nice blocks. So yeah, this place is looking pretty cool, except I haven't done the floor, but that can wait. And I've finally got a bit of an automatic pumpkin farm in. Not worrying about the melons. I can't stand crafting all the melons. It takes forever. But that one is working over here, so I've got let's make sure I don't get hit by the minecart. I've got a huge pumpkin farm in there, and the minecart just runs along the bottom, collects all the goodies. It is running all the time, but I've put in the switch so I can actually turn the minecart off. But I'm not sure what would cause more lag. This guy running all the time, or all the broken items up there just hanging around and not getting collected. So it's probably best to have this guy moving. And it has been fun trying to figure out what parts of the cave to put things in. You see, I want to keep this looking like a cave, so I sort of want to hide things away. So I had a couple of tunnels here leading off. So I thought, oh yeah, these are nice little archways, so I can have one going to the enchanting room, another going to the trading hall, and I'll pretty it up later on. But anyway, that is how I'm going to get the enchantments for my elytra. But there is another big step when it comes to elytra, and that is getting fireworks. And nobody has a creeper farm on the server just yet. Except for me! It's kind of a creeper farm. I've got one level up and running. So let's see what I've got so far. 10 gunpowder, so I've got one level of creepers spawning, but I built 7 levels in total. And this is going to be my next shop, guys. I'm going to sell rockets because I'm actually wasting a lot of money buying elytra. I actually had to buy the amethyst crystals because in this entire cave complex and in the abandoned mineshaft down below, I haven't found any geodes at all. Anyway, Kitty, follow me. You have to go into my creeper farm. Ooh, he's up here already. So this is the top level. If I hold shift so I don't fall off, you can see we've got all the levels down there. And Kitty, you are coming with me down to this level. And it's actually really easy to get the cats down here. So I've got to make sure I don't fall off. Oh, he jumped straight down here. But usually they all jump to the level just above me. And then I can push them into this stairwell and he'll come down the ladder. But let's get him in over here. So I've got one Kitty there. We will get the next one in. This is super easy. Come over here, Kitty. You can sit. Actually, come a bit closer. I don't have to push you too far. Come on, Kitty. Come on, Kitty. Oh, you are terrible. Never work with children or animals. So I'll just put a few blocks over that. I will get my powered rails. Put a few of them in. Block there. Power this guy. These trapdoors above my head are making this a bit hard. I keep getting stuck between the carpet and the trapdoors. Okay, so Kitty, you stay seated, but you can get into the minecart. Go. I could probably just sit them where I want them to, but I don't want them getting nudged or anything. Come on, get off. There we go, there we go. Then all I have to do is break that block, and he falls into place. Perfect. So a little bit more work to do on this. I've got lots of levels to go. I've got more kitties to breed up. But yeah, while I've been breeding the kitties, I've been working on other things. Okay, we'll do one more flight with the elytra. This should be fun. We are going to skip this level and continue down to the next one. I want to keep this nice and wide open so I can just fly around my cave all the time. Boom. So we've got a bit of a tree farm going. I stopped him right there, but I'll probably extend the whole thing. And this is really simple because we've got the fast decay on the leaves. I didn't need a minecart underneath to collect all the leaves. I've just made a great big flat platform. And I've got to say, guys, this one, because the new light level spawning, you need 0 light level before a mob would spawn. That is brilliant for tree farms. It used to be whenever I'd plant acacia, the mobs would start spawning on the tops of the logs, but now nothing happens at all. I'm not getting any mobs at all here. Except for a few slimes in a little chunk up there, but not enough, because I actually need slime for my next project down here, and this is to do with the fireworks. So I am going to build a sugarcane farm, and I want this one to be a slime block sweeper. So we're just going to have a great big field of sugarcane, and whenever I want to harvest it, I can push the button and send that along to break everything, and we'll have a hopper minecart running underneath. But slime blocks are not my only problem here. I need lots of rails and lots of powered rails. So my bright idea was to go to a mesa because I could get all the gold from the mesa, and in all the abandoned mine shafts there I could just pick up all the rails. But I don't know what is going on, guys, if it's something to do with the new generation or if it's just this seed. But we've got a very small mesa nearby, and there isn't a single abandoned mineshaft in it. Well, not that I could see, not on the surface, so I don't know if something's changed and now they're coming in a lot lower than they did before. But yeah, I couldn't see any from the surface, so that's a huge problem. I still don't know what I'm going to do about the gold, but I have started working over here, digging out a little space. This is where we're going to build an iron farm. And that's probably going to be my next project after the kitty farm. And this one was actually a nightmare because this big lump of earth up there is actually full of water. And hopefully I'll just make sure I don't spill all of this water everywhere. There, can we get in? So what I had to do was actually come in here, and you can see I've built a great big box just to get rid of all that water, so I'd actually be able to fit the farm in. Let's get out of here before I drown, or a drown attacks me. So that is where I'm at the moment, guys. It's just all farms. I'm not building anything pretty right now. But I think hopefully we will have a fireworks shop up and running by the end of the episode. Ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Funny sounds, Cortez. I did have an idea for one bit of decoration. So one thing I really like about this cave is just this entrance. I'm going to keep this big bulbous thing in the middle. It's a little bit annoying that I can see my storage area and the chests sort of load in as I get closer. That looks a little bit weird, but I don't want to cover that up because I want to be able to enjoy the view from my storage out here. But one thing I don't like is that nether portal, because when you're outside here, it just really stands out. So when you're going by, you just see that dirty great big portal there, and I think it looks ugly. So the plan is, and I don't know if we're doing it this episode, but we're going to move that portal over to that big thing there. And I don't mean a tiny little portal. We're going to put a mammoth, cool, creepy portal right in that thing, and I think that'll look awesome. The only thing I got to worry about is creepers wandering in through the door and then going in the portal and surprising me when I go into the nether. I don't know, we'll think of something. Maybe I will position some of you kitties at the portal gate there so no one's going to get in. But anyway, speaking of kitties, I've got to go hunt a few more fish, and we've got to get you guys bred up. I need lots and lots of you. Hello again, guys. It is many days later, and we've got a little bit of good news and a tiny bit of bad news. Let's do the good news first. This creeper farm is way more powerful than I thought. I kind of figured that with all the caves below us that this thing would rarely spawn anything at all. But it's pretty consistent, especially when I just fly in or something like that and load up the chunks. I get about 10 of them just drop down all in one go. And so the gunpowder is actually flying in, which is really good for my shop. And if we go down to the bottom, please let me have my elytra on. I just realised I'm not wearing my armour. I haven't put that back on yet, but thank goodness I didn't take my elytra off. That could have been bad. We've got our iron farm up and going, and it's also a bit of a glow squid farm, which is pretty cool. So I could have lit it up more, but as soon as I saw one of those guys spawn in there, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll keep that. So that is running pretty solidly. I didn't have a lot of iron when I put it together, so it's not too fancy. It's not taking out the poppies at the moment, but what I can do is just put an item sorter underneath this chest and that will get rid of them all. But look at all that iron coming in. That is amazing. Now for a tiny bit of bad news. If we come down to the sugarcane farm, like, I'm not getting slime spawn, and honestly I have not much interest at all in building a slime farm, so I'm pretty much just harvesting this manually, and I've realised it is far too big. It's a lot more than I need. I mean, I could use the paper to trade with the villagers, but yeah, I haven't got the materials to finish it, and it's too big anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with that sugarcane farm. I might end up tearing it down. We'll see. And some more good news is that I've finally started selling all my new goodies that I'm producing. The reason I want to sell so much stuff right now is because I have no interest in going to the end, so I want to be able to buy all my elytra and shulker boxes. But there is a tiny bit of bad news on the shop front. So there's a very old joke in Minecraft when you finish building a great big awesome build and you show your friends and your friends say, "Wow, that's awesome, but can you move it 2 blocks to the left?" It's a funny joke. I'm sure we've all heard it. Not so funny when you actually have to do it. So usually in a Cortezerino Let's Play episode, I would cut to a beautiful time lapse and we'd build the building together and then we'd come back and have a look. But you'll notice I have not done that here. That's because this server is hosted on Realms and it's all vanilla. Like I can't get the replay mod to work on this server, unfortunately, so there'll be no replays here at all. The problem is, because I knew that didn't work, I just didn't try any mods at all. I didn't try Lightmatica, which is the mod I use to bring up a ghost image of my build so I know where to place it. So I didn't even think of using that, so I just started building this, and I built it too close to this one. I'm not used to the medieval builds that get wider as you get taller. So you can see here, starts off here, but by the time we get to the top, it's all the way out here. So yeah, my 2 buildings here were crashing into each other. So I literally had to pick up the whole thing and move it 2 blocks to the left. That was fun. The reason I built them so close in the first place is we're on a little hilltop here. So if we come round the back of my build, you can see this is a little bit dodgy where I've raised up all the earth, but that is a job for future Cortez. We're not going to worry about fixing that up today. And I'm calling this shop the Uncertain Alchemist. And it's funny actually, if you go onto Google Images and search for an alchemist building or alchemist shop, this building will be one of the first things that appears. Not a Minecraft build, but like a little miniature sort of thing. And I just copied it and I think it's looking pretty cool. So we've got this little area, this little funny sort of building round thing on the end that I've reserved just for a staircase up to the 2nd floor. And the other cool feature on this side is we've got a great big fireplace and chimney. So it looks pretty awesome. It looks even better from the inside. So let's go on in. Did I leave the door open? Let's quickly check for beasties. No, we're all good. So check that out. That looks pretty awesome, I think. So we've got the big cauldron and all kinds of things going on for cooking up all the different funny things that alchemists get up to. So yeah, it's a pretty cool shop, but this is where we're selling all the things. So I've got rockets. Have I made? Yes, I've made some sales. So it's 1 diamond for 2 stacks. Gunpowder is just, 1 diamond per stack. So I've sold a lot of that. And yeah, I think it looks pretty awesome down here. But we can go up to the 2nd floor. So because I couldn't do a replay, I figured I'd actually decorate the entire thing up here. So I didn't do it super well, but it's kind of done. So we've just got a nice little bit of furniture, table, nice bedroom here. And this is supposed to look like a little pull-down ladder to get to a little storage room up the top. It's not too bad. I'm kind of wanting to... I've built 4 of these buildings now. I've built 2 on this server and 2 on the Evermore server. I kind of want to take all these buildings and build them on my single-player world and do it in a big time-lapse. It could be a good spawn village. And I especially like the roof on this one here. You can see the first one over there I built with the deep slate tiles roof. This time I've gone for the bricks, but as we get higher it mixes into slightly blends over to the granite. I think it looks pretty cool. But here's one other thing I want to show you. So we've got the tailor shop here. So you can do your repairs, which are the mending books. We've got full outfits of diamond armor. But now at the tailor you can also get your ironing done. And I haven't sold any of that yet, but yeah. So that's another little bit of goodies we can sell here. But yeah, I'm trying to get all my diamonds up so I can buy lots and lots of things. But no one yet has really built a shop selling the stuff I want. So please, someone on the server, start selling shulker boxes. I need them desperately. It's a cool Christmas tree, eh? Check this out with the all the coloured candles on the glass panes. That looks awesome. So we're done for this episode, but before we leave, because I spent most of the episode in my cave base, I want to show you the other cool cave base on the server. This is built by my Canadian brother, Dub. He's not really my brother, but, you know, whatever. Whereas I've gone for all the farms in my cave and haven't really started decorating yet. He's gone the complete opposite route, and it looks like he doesn't want me going in there. It's not quite spawn-proofed. I better be careful let's get the weapons out, that I don't put a big hole in his base. Nah, not yet. Okay, so this is... I love it, actually. It's pretty cool. I love the colour themes in here. I think he's going to try and light the whole place up with the glow berries and the glow lichen. But check it out, it's just a big mining thing. So we've got this long crane here that will just carry everything along there. And I don't know, I heard he's built a lot more since I was last in here, but it is looking super awesome. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. I'm keeping an eye out for the creepy beasties. Ooh, I haven't seen that down there yet. What's he done? I wonder if all these minecart rails actually serve a purpose. They probably don't. It's probably just decoration. But, I don't know, it's looking cool. Let's jump past here. No beasties, I hope. Wow, he's actually done a ton of work here. He's just making the whole thing like a great big mine shaft by the looks of it. This is awesome. I have no idea what some of these things are supposed to be, but they definitely look cool. I'm curious to see how far he's actually gone down here. I mean, how far does this extend? It's a little bit too dark for my liking. He must have put all of this copper in here. He couldn't have... surely the veins aren't that big. Ooh, is that a real spawner or is that one he's created? I don't think I can I even make the jump? I'm not sure if I want to make the jump. It probably is a spawner. I heard... Maybe not. No, I think he's created that. Well, he fooled me. So that's it for today, guys. It's nearly Christmas, as you can see by the great big tree. So you're not going to see me here again on the server this year. And we are going to be very busy at the beginning of next year because that is when the Patreon server will be launching, hopefully in the first week of the new year. And I've been very, very busy the last couple of days getting that server ready because We've picked the seed now. We know where we're playing, but there's a tiny bit of work I want to do on it before we launch. So scattered around the Patreon server, just at random locations, and these are for people to discover. I'm not going to tell them exactly where they are. There will be tiny little tourist attractions, and these aren't going to be areas that people can move into, because that is an endgame base. The last thing I want is someone to join the server, move in here and find then that they have absolutely nothing to do in the game. We're going to make it so you can't break or place any blocks around these, but they will be cool places to visit if the patrons can find them. And some of these have taken me hours to paste into the world, so I haven't rebuilt them. I've just cut and pasted them in, but I wanted them to look natural, so the terraforming, it can take absolutely forever. Like you can see this one here, when I pasted it in, I basically cut right into the side of this hill. So you can see there's all cliffs along this side. I basically had to go in here and, just make it look natural rather than just a great big slice of earth being cut out of it. But I think I accomplished it pretty well. So this is another place to find. I don't know about these kind of bases. Maybe we would make it so people could move into these if you wanted to, because they're only really a starter base if we go to the inside here. So we don't have a whole lot. We've got a little... I don't even have an enchanting room in this one. I thought I put one in. We've got a little bit of storage, but really it's only a starter base. You wouldn't want to live completely here. You'd have to build under it. There are some of my builds, though, that I would really like to see people move into. So the Osaka Castle here is completely bare on the inside. So I'm actually hoping my Patreons will... It's got rooms, but there's no furniture in them. I'm kind of hoping my patrons will stumble across this one and actually furnish the entire thing. It could be a really fun group project. And you can see I have placed this one in amongst some absolutely beautiful scenery. We could make a nice little Japanese village in amongst these hills. Check out the hill behind me as well. Another big one there. This is an awesome, awesome little valley. And it's certainly not just the great big builds that I'm placing into this world. I'm also throwing in a few tiny little ones just as something very cool to stumble across. So this is my Ice Age village. I absolutely love this one. So it'd be nice to put in a few of my villages. But like I said, the terraforming to make these look natural is taking absolutely forever. So I don't know how many of these builds we're actually going to get in here, but I do have a bit of time. So I'm really looking forward to this. Wonder how long it's going to take them to find all these builds. So we're going to leave it here for today, guys. I think I've already said that this episode. It's a Diamond Society episode, and I'm off on my yet-to-be-launched Patreon server. Oh, well, when my brain takes off in certain directions, you just got to go with it. So until next time, guys, I will see you later.